today we've got a power yoga class for you. The purpose of this class is to get some cardio going, to work on the hips, the abdomen, the core, the upper arms to get some strength up, and it's really to reawaken and cultivate power within your own body. You'll probably need a glass of water or some water nearby, maybe a towel, and just go at your own pace. You don't have to necessarily keep up with me the whole time, but try and push yourself to the edge if you can. I'll be offering alternatives throughout where necessary, and what I would advise is we'll be going from quite a fast pace to slowing it down towards the end. So just work hard at the beginning and the rewards will come. With that said, let's begin. We're firstly going to begin in child's pose. So from here, we'll just kneel on the mat, legs together, arms out in front, palms down to the ground, and just stretch out in front of you here, feeling your breath. And from here, I want you to arch your spine and lift up, tucking your tailbone in, and then look up. And then tuck your tailbone in, arch your back, and come back down to the seated area. And do the same again, arching your spine, tucking your tailbone in, and look up. Bring your belly to the ground, tailbone up, and exhale, curling your spine down to the mat. We'll just do that 2 more times. Yourselves up, inhale, exhale, inhale down to the ground. Inhale, coming up, look up, exhale down to the ground. And from here, I want you to press into your palms and come up into tabletop pose. Tabletop pose is where you've got your knees slightly hip width apart, the palms are down on the mat, feet are pointing back to the wall. And for this first one, I'd like you to lift up your left knee up to the sky. So this is called bird dog pose. And we're going to do 10 of when we bring the knee into the chest and then bring the leg up. And after this, we're going to put our knee down on the floor and we're going to do 10 where we lift our knee up so it's almost parallel to our hips and then bring them down again. So we're going to do 3 sets of that, 10 times on each. So bring the left knee up to the sky. We're just going to start on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, push up with your leg, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Just bring the knee down and then we're going to go out to the side with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's great, good job. We're just going to repeat that again, just to catch your breath there. And if you need to, if your knees are getting a bit sore, put some padding underneath, just to make sure that you've got that support that you need. Bringing the left knee up again, and we'll bring it into the chest. 1, try and bring it all the way into the chest, and all the way up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bringing your knee down, take a breath, and to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brilliant. Now for the last set, bringing our left knee up to the sky. We go 1 into the chest, 2, come on, push it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Bringing your knee down. And now bring your knee to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You got this. 9, 10. Excellent. Now just come back into child's pose and feel the difference in your hips there. And just inhale and exhale one last time before coming up onto tabletop to do that on the opposite leg. So this time we lift our right knee up to the sky and just have it so the leg's pushing up and pressing down. You've got support in your palms, and we're going to do exactly the same. So we're bringing our knee into our chest for 10, bringing our knee down, and then we're going to go out to the side for 10. So if you're ready, bringing the right knee up, and we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Excellent. Knee down. Now to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bringing your right knee down and then bringing it up to the sky. We'll go again, pushing up through our thigh. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bringing your knee down to the mat. Just resting there, and then we'll go straight out to the side. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right, last set. Well done. Bringing your right knee up. We'll go 1, 2, tuck the knee in. 3, 4, 5, 6, come on, you've got this. 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Knee down and then straight out to the side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, keep going, 8, 9, and 10. Brilliant. Bring down into child's pose. Catch your breath, reconnect. We're then going to come up slowly into tabletop pose and just circle with your spine if you can before we come into a kneeling pose, and then we put our feet out in front of us. So we're sat like this with our knees up towards our chest and our feet flat on the mat. Just get into a comfortable position so you're seated nicely. We're going to come into a pose called boat pose. Now to do this, we lift our arms in front of us, and then there's two options here. So if you'd like, you can bend your knees and just hover here, or you can bring them up straight. So either one is absolutely fine. What we're looking to do right now is engage the core and keep ourselves strong. So we'll hover here for a count of 20. Ready? Okay, just get some breath in. Exhale and slowly raise the feet. We'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And straighten the legs if you can. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And we'll slowly bring our feet down to the floor and slowly roll down to the mat. And just do a windshield motion here, keeping your back flat on the mat. And from here, we're going to tuck the chin in. And the arms are going to go out to the side, slightly hovering above our hips. And we're going to do 20 crunches. So to do this, just as a reminder, to do a crunch, you just lift up your abdomen, keep your chin tucked in so you don't twist your neck. I'm going to do 20 of those. So if you're ready, we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, push on, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. That's brilliant. Bring yourself back down to the mat. And just inhale here, rocking your knees side to side, giving yourself a hug if you need to. Just getting spine, giving it the sensation it needs before bringing your feet back down to the mat. And slowly lifting your back up. Slowly does it, just to center yourself and come back into a kneeling position. And from here, we're just going to put our palms on the mat in front of us, tucking our knees so they're hip width apart, tucking our toes in, and pressing up with our seated area into our first downward facing dog for the day. So pedaling out if you need to. And make sure that your shoulders are sort of facing out and your shoulder blades are coming almost apart and then being tucked in together. And just rest here, finding your balance, releasing the spine. And then just step or jump to the front of your mat so that your feet come into the gates between your palms. And just stay in this bent forward fold position. Maybe you want to just hug your elbows there and rock from side to side. And bend your knees if you need to, pressing down into the heels, stretching through the lower spine. And from here, we're just going to plant our hands down on the mat, bringing our feet slightly so that it's as wide as the mat, and maybe they'll be pointed out slightly. And then palms down, we slowly bend our knees. If you feel some clicking, that's perfectly normal. So what we'll do from here is just go rock from side to side, warming up things if you need. Look a bit like a frog. And then come to the center position, keeping your spine straight, bringing your palms together and pressing out with your elbows into your legs. Alasana, yogi squat. Just stay here for a few breaths to catch yourself. Inhale, exhale, feeling the blood go to your hips, working really hard. Take your final inhale and an exhale, putting the palms down onto the mat.
Bringing your head down and slowly straighten the legs. Bringing your feet in, maybe between the arms. And just hang here in Uttanasana. Forward fold again. Take an inhale, halfway up, bringing the spine straight so that you're carrying a drinks tray. Palms on the shins of your thighs. Exhale down to the ground and slowly, slowly come up into a mountain standing pose. Just resting here. Knees and thighs should be active. You should be standing in an upright position, shoulder blades slightly coming together, shoulders away from the ears. Inhale, palms up to the sky, stretching above you. Exhale, bringing your palms down to the mat so that you can root yourself down. Forward fold, briefly here, and then step back into plank pose. Now this pose, what we're going to do is we're going to do a few hovering planks. So if you need perhaps some support, because you need to support your upper body strength, I'd like you to bend your knees here. And what we're going to do is we're going to hover in high plank and low plank. So to do this, high plank is like this, or if you can take your knees off the ground, it's like this, engaging your navel, pushing down through your palms. And then after this, we're going to bring our elbows in towards our ribs and just hover here slightly, and then push ourselves back up. So we'll do that 3 times, and do this however feels right for you today. So just take an inhale, supporting ourselves here, and then an exhale. We're going to come down, bending our elbows into our ribs and just hovering here. Exhale, coming into plank, again, high plank. Holding here, engaging the navel, pushing down through the toes if you're in high plank. Exhale, tucking the elbows in. Hovering there, exhale up to high plank. One last time, pushing down through the palms. Inhale, bringing your elbows in towards your rib, and exhale, back up to high plank. And now what we're going to do is lower the knees down, or if you're strong in your upper body, you can stay in that position, the high plank, with your knees off the ground, and we're just going to do 20 press-ups. Now to do this, it's pretty much exactly what we've just done, so you're bringing your elbows in towards your ribs, and we're just going to push up again, so down and up. We're going to do that for 20, so just make sure that your knees are back in the right place. Not too tucked in so you won't be really stretching yourself. So we'll go on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Got this. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Slowly lower your elbows in towards your ribs, bringing the pelvis down, the chest down, the chin down, the forehead down. Resting on the mat, just lying here. And inhale, pressing through the palms, opening the chest up, cobra pose. Just opening up the chest again, pressing down through your thighs, pressing down through your toes. And then tucking your toes under, go back into downward dog, bringing the seated area back to the heels, pressing in at the toes, downward facing dog. So your palms should be slightly in front of you, your feet should be behind you, and you're in this triangular type pose. And then, once you've pedaled it out, hop or step to the front of the mat. Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, press hands into the thighs. Exhale, back to the floor. Inhale, slowly up to mountain pose. Palms out in front of you. And from here, we're just going to inhale, bringing the palms up to the sky. And exhale, back down to Uttanasana, forward fold. And then slowly inhale, bring the palms up again. And we're just going to stay here, cross the arms. And then exhale, back into forward fold. We can do that a few more times. Give ourselves a wave through the body, just whatever feels right. Yeah, the body flowing up and down, washing yourself from all the things you may have consumed over the holiday period. Now from mountain pose, we're going to slowly go back into forward fold. Palms down onto the mat. Forward fold, bringing the feet so that they are hip width apart between your palms. We're going to step back with our left foot and then just bring it out in front of us, the left foot at a 45-degree angle. And then we're going to press in with our weight into our right foot, keeping our right leg bent. And then bringing our torso to the front of the mat. Bring our palms up in front of us. Up to the sky. The arms should be beside you. Biceps parallel to knees. Shoulders pull back. And then exhale. We're going to straighten the right leg. And come down to the floor with our palms. This is pyramid pose, and it's a really, really nice stretch to the hamstrings. Taking a few breaths here, breathing into the oxygen into the legs. And slowly we're going to bend our right knee. And vertebra by vertebra, I'm going to come up into warrior one again. Now what I'd like you to do is wrap your arms around each other in eagle pose. So I'm just going to face you to do this, but you need to stay in your warrior one pose. So to do this, bring your arms out in front of you, like an 11 shape, and bring the right elbow, right arm, under the left. So it should be sort of stacked on top of each other, and then bind your arms. And then from here, in your warrior position, you're just going to do 10, where you lean forward towards your knee with the arms, and then lift up with your torso. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And holding the arms, bring the palms down to the mat beside you. And step back with your right foot. Just getting your breath in downward facing dog. Pressing a seated area up to the sky as much as you can. And then bringing your left leg forward. And then, as we did before, we'll just find our balance through our right foot. So bring the right foot either facing towards the wall or at a 45-degree angle. And then press up through our left leg. Bending the left knee so that it's above the ankle. And then facing forward with our torso. Spine straight, bring the palms up to the sky. Shoulders relaxed, away from the ears. Warrior one. A few breaths here. Centering yourself. And then bringing your palms down to the mat and straightening the left leg in pyramid pose. Breathing into the hamstrings again. And slowly bending the left leg and lifting yourself and your torso up to a straight position, spine straight. And we're going to do exactly the same as we did with the arms, but in the opposite direction. So from this, I'll just come around again. From this position, I want your left elbow to go onto your right. Just get yourself into position. We're just going to do 10 of those forward presses. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release, palms down to the mat. Step back into downward facing dog and slowly pedal here, lifting your seated area up, straightening your spine, pressing down with your palms, and slowly begin to kneel on your mat. We'll sit up, this pose to the end, just bringing life back in to our breath. And slowly relax our bodies. And if you want to come into Savasana, which is called pose, please do so. Just find your center, find your breath, and relax. It's all about hard work. Absorb into your body today. Thank yourself for taking this time to focus on your needs. Bringing your mind to the centre, back to your mat. If it drifts away, don't judge yourself, just bring yourself back. And your body's probably hating you and thanking you for this practice. Because it needed waking up, it needed exercise again. And just breathe into your abdomen, your hips, your shoulders, anywhere you feel there's tension when you work hard today. Back to the present moment. Slowly from here, just take the palms up to the sky, bringing the palms together, and bringing the thumbs to our forehead, and we say Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me on that practice today. I really hope you got what you needed and you feel energized and reawakened. If you like what you saw, please subscribe to my YouTube channel for other videos, and please offer comments. I'm always welcoming of new ideas and your feedback, and I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.